Okay, I had to create a quick video because Joyo just blew my socks off with these. These headphones are simply way too inexpensive to be this good. And with Black Friday just around the corner, these might just be the sleeper deal you've been waiting for if you're in the market for a new set of headphones. What? I can't hear you, man. Oh, sorry, we're rolling. Okay. All right. Hey guys, spoiler alert. Grab a pair of these headphones right now. Thank me later. The link is in the notes. Seriously. I'm going to show you why these headphones from Joyo completely surprised me. Hey, before we jump in, if you can do only one thing to help this channel grow, it would be to hit that subscribe button right now. Seriously, it really makes a huge difference. All right, let's get into the review. So I'm gonna be really transparent here and honest. Joyo is not a brand that I ever associated with headphones. So when I saw that they had a few different models, it really surprised me. The surprise factor was pretty high. So I've been using Joyo products for a long time. Pedals, yes. Amps, yes. Power supplies, absolutely. But headphones? Not at all. I honestly didn't even know they had headphones. And this is why the curiosity got the best of me. I've been using their products for a long time. I said, hey, why not grab a pair? So I grabbed a pair of these JMH-01s, and they're not expensive, guys. They're really overlooked, in my opinion, because of the fact that they're so inexpensive. But after spending time with them, I can confidently tell you that I'd absolutely buy a second pair without hesitation. The price that these things are selling for will throw you off because they simply don't sound like budget headphones at all. So if you see the price, you're going to say, well, I'm not in the market for a budget set of headphones. These don't sound budget. You get a really natural sonic profile with these, with a really nice touch of warmth in the low end. Nothing exaggerated, nothing scooped. It's a really natural sound. Now, the mids stay neutral or natural, and that's really important for a guitar because that's basically the frequencies where guitars live. And the highs are smooth without any harshness. So you get a really nice stereo image, and it really sounds way more expensive than what they are. And I'm going to be saying that a lot throughout this video. The mids stay natural and the highs are really smooth without any harshness. And the stereo image feels wider than expected sonically at this price. So the bottom line is they sound really honest, if that's the right word. And that's exactly what matters when you're shaping tone or you're tracking a recording. You want it to sound like what you're hearing in the room. Now, one of the biggest surprises for me is how well these work with multi-effects units or amp modelers. I use those extensively, as you probably know. When I'm using headphones, I want them to reproduce the guitar tone accurately. I don't need any hyped bass. I don't need any weird coloration. Basically, what you hear in the room when you're playing naturally is what you want to hear through your headphones. So the patches that you actually create when you're using the headphones translate to something that sounds good when you're playing through monitors or a real amp at a rehearsal or a live gig. So for late night practicing, building your presets, silent jamming, that kind of thing, these things rock. Now, I use these for recording also when I make my videos, and these headphones were far more capable than I expected. The closed back design of these headphones basically keeps all the little noises like the click tracks, the playback, bleeding into your microphones if you're using real microphones. And that's really important to be able to get a really clean sound that you can work with. Now, I A/B these directly with my Sennheiser HD 590s, which I really like. They sound really, really good, but they're open back headphones, so they bleed like crazy into any kind of microphones. So that makes them totally impractical for tracking purposes. Now the Joyos, on the other hand, held their ground because the isolation is really solid. The tuning is accurate, and they kept the bleed down to almost nothing, even when the guitar was cranked. So for a pair of headphones at this price, I think they did a stellar job. Just as good as way more expensive brand name headphones that are made for studio recordings that I've tried in the past. Now let's talk a little bit about the build quality here, because it's quite important, and this is another area where I was genuinely surprised. These headphones are relatively lightweight. They don't feel cheap in any way. The build feels solid. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart on you or break the first time you drop them or anything like that. And it turns out that the padding is far more comfortable than I expected them to be for longer sessions, because they're kind of a imitation leather, leatherette type of thing. And sometimes it can get a little hot or a little sweaty, but these didn't do that. And the headband on the top can feel a little tight at first. They grip your head quite well. But if you're playing guitar, or especially drums, when you're wearing these, you don't want them to move. So these actually stay in place quite well. They stay locked in place, and they won't slip off if you're, doing the Angus Young thing, or you're leaning over to adjust the setting on your pedal or anything like that. They won't slip off accidentally or move, or, just shift while you're leaning in on your playing. Now, the cable for me is another win, because it has both a coily section and a straight section. So it can take anything you throw at it. I like the coily section because, it gives you a little bit of a warning when you're getting a little bit too far with the headphones and you're about to pull something off your desk. So that is always good. It saved me many, many times, a really big advantage. And the fact that it's removable, if they should break down the road, you can just take them off and put them right back in there. And as you can see, they won't accidentally come off. They're very, very well made. They stay in place. So I can honestly say that Joyo has just become one of my go-to headphone choices, simply because they offer some of the best bang for the buck that I've seen in a long time. And for me, if I can grab a set of headphones that are inexpensive and built to last and sound good, hey man, you got my buck. Now these do fold up somewhat, but they're not really made for that. If you're looking for a set to maybe take on airplanes or something like that, you can probably get a smaller set of headphones. I would say these really do well in a studio environment. They're made very, very well. Metal there, nice resistance on the headband. So whether your head is big or small, you have plenty of range. I usually don't need them to be that far off my head. I like it when it's secure. So I usually just put them straight down on the top of my head, and that works really, really well for me. It covers your ears extremely well. There's nothing that's actually touching my actual earlobe or anything like that. There's plenty of room in there, and I don't feel claustrophobic in any way. Now these are going on sale for a price that makes them an absolute no-brainer for me. So if you're looking for accurate, reliable, comfortable recording headphones for guitar work, recording new tracks, content creation, I would say this is definitely the time to grab them. Now, unfortunately, the only part of this video that I can't really show you is the sound part of it, but take my word for it, guys, I wouldn't lead you astray. They're good. You won't be disappointed. So don't say that I didn't give you advance notice, guys. These things are going to be available throughout Black Friday. You probably could even get a discount deal on them if you shop carefully. So I'm giving you advance notice. Grab a set of these. Let me know what you think. If you want to support the channel, guys, please hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more.